Peace, 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 love, light of healing, peace, love, light of healing, peace to the guys, peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in, climb on in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Blessings, blessings. Blessings, family. Man, they just kicked my ass off Facebook. They kicked me off YouTube. It was going down. I was just warming up, family. I was just warming up. I ain't even get to go in like I wanted to. You hear me? Y'all climb on in. But we're going to do it on here, though. We're going to finish it up on here. What I'll do is that first part, if anybody was following me on Facebook, following me on my YouTube, that first part, I'm going to connect it to this part, and I just re-upload it. I make sure that my editor go through and, edit out anything that's going against their so-called guidelines. But yeah, they ain't even, I was 39 minutes in. I was just finna go in, family. Peace, peace. Y'all climb on in. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? If y'all can hear me and see me, type in some nines. If you can hear me and see me, type in some nines. All right, cool. So what we was talking about, these different train derailments that's been going on in all these different cities, y'all. And it was just blowing my mind that I was saying it with no coincidence. When you look at the different cities like Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Arizona, South Carolina, North Carolina, just all the different chemical spills and derailments of these trains that's been going on, that it wasn't a coincidence. And then how is it that every train that have been derailed have chemical agents or these different hazardous materials that is very detrimental to our biological functionings or on these trains? And then not only that, they're taking these spills, and then the governments is telling them that they can burn these hazmat materials. And when they burn them, they're changing the molecular structure of these different chemistries and turning these deals into super biological weapons. That's, of course, against any biological living entity, which is you and I. And, I'm going to show y'all some pictures and stuff just to show y'all that it's crazy, because we're talking about something called vinyl carbon. And vinyl carbon is a very, very toxic element when you create it and put these two elements together. Not only that, when you burn it, you turn it into something called a dioxin. And dioxin is very, very bad for you. And these dioxins is one of the worst, most deadliest chemicals or hazmat materials ever in existence. And this shit is now in the water supply. It's in the foods. It's everywhere. And I was just telling y'all, we got to prepare, and there's certain things that we can do to stop these chemical agents for deteriorating our body. There's so many side effects and birth defects that's going to come from this. They're made to sterilize you. Not only that, it causes infertility in women. It causes mental retardation. It causes neurological ailments, diseases, and obstructions. It totally disintegrates the mucosal membrane. It breaks down the so-called immunological system, or what I'll call the lymphatic defense system. It penetrates the blood and brain barrier. It's going to be you're going to see autism coming from this stuff. It's going to be a lot of birth defects physical wise. You're going to start seeing babies born without limbs or born with multiple limbs. You're going to start seeing face deformities. You're going to see a lot of things come from this, especially with the pregnant population that's in East Palestine, Ohio right now. But what I want to talk about is the actual radius of this. Anything that's in 1,000 square feet radius of East Palestine, Ohio, like Cleveland, Ohio, all these different Columbus, all these different parts, you're going to be affected too. And not only that, anybody that's connected to these rivers, because we know that they put these chemicals in a ditch and burnt them. But when these elements went into the air for burning them and putting them in the air, their atomic weight is so heavy, like iodine, that it fell back down. A lot of the pollutants have fell in the water. And there's too many government sightings and government videos to show that the water is now polluting. So, we talking about the Ohio River here. And we know that the Ohio River is actually connected to the Mississippi River, to the Arkansas Basin River, and to the Missouri River. So anything that's along these rivers, before you get to the ocean where all this water is dumped out at, you're subjected to these things as well. So I just want to show y'all this. I showed y'all this before they took my page down, which was crazy that they did it, because I really didn't say nothing crazy. I was just speaking the flat out truth, but it is what it is. So if you can hear me and if you can see me well, if you got your pens and you got your pads, type in some nines and let's get it. It is what it is, man. I done had my brake lines cut by these people. I done had damn near $1 million seized from these people. These people was trying to get me a couple years back, talking about I was selling pseudo pharmaceuticals. We didn't see the agents follow us around everywhere. They been on something. I believe if they been wanting me dead, I would have been dead. So, and I'm not scared of that anyway. I'm here to speak truth. I'd rather die for something than to die for nothing. Not saying that I'm going to be murdered or none of that, So I think y'all are more scared for me than I'm scared for me. So don't be scared for me. Just stay, pray up with me, and, help can do whatever you need to do to keep me energized while I'm able to have the neurological capacity to learn this stuff and to study this stuff and do the clinical trials and be brave enough to spit this. You know what I'm saying? Like if we don't stand up and die for our generation, we won't have generations that's going to come after us. So somebody got to do the job. And, hey, I was created to do the job. So it is what it is, family. So all of that they're going to get you and all of that. I don't need to hear all that. I can get less than a damn, to be honest with y'all. I'm a gang-banging Negro from the streets. I done been shot, stabbed. I done been through it, tats everywhere. I was really out here, like scar wounds, metal from here to here, from getting my jaw shattered. If I can do that for a color, for a flag, and a group of niggas, I most definitely can do it for a righteous people in humanity. You see what I'm saying? So I look at this way different. It ain't no different from gang banging. I'm just banging for a cause now. I'm banging for humanity. I'm banging for life. I'm banging to see my people and my children's children, be alive and be happy and be healthy. And this is why I had to go live and broadcast this, because this had to be known. I would have did it on my Rumble, but I just started a Rumble. Only got like 1,000 followers. I got 80,000 here, 270,000 here, another 150,000 there. I figure if I go live on my public platform and not say nothing crazy, that it can reach the masses more, which it did, but they cut it anyway. So I guess we just going to do it on here. It is what it is. So let me change my screen. So this is what we're talking about here. We actually talking about what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, and how them trains actually derailed. And the crazy part is when them trains derailed, they spilt over and some biohazardous contaminants actually leaked from them. And the government told these people to burn them. I don't know why he told them to burn this, but if you look at the documents they got since 1959, they have known about dioxins and they know what causes dioxins to formulate. And they know that if you burn, not only vinyl chloride, but if you burn polyvinyl chloride, that a dioxin will actually be created from there. They actually use this dioxin or this hat orange biohazardous chemical in World War I, and they seen what it did to the people, how it killed people, respiratory failure, immediate liver failure came from these type of things. These are the type of agents that are now airborne in our water supply. And he had them burn these things. So, what's crazy is when you burn them. So first, let's get this. So this is Ohio, right? There was a train derailment, so-called train derailment. When these trains derailed, they had biohazardous materials on them. Now, there were 5 cars of polyvinyl chloride that actually spilled out from these planes. There was 4 cars of PVC pellets. This is where you make PVC pipes from, that spilled out from this. And it was 5 cars of polyvinyl chloride monomers that was in here. Now, the crazy part is when you spill this, it's already biohazardous. The government told them to burn it and do a safe burning. The moment that you burn these things, it changes the chemical molecular structure of the biohazardous material that already cause all types of effects in the body. So now you turning this into a super agent or a super contaminant agent that is indestructible in nature. There's nothing in nature that can actually contain or destroy this shit. And now it is all in the water, it's in the food, it's on the cattle, it's everywhere. Birds are dropping dead out of the sky, y'all. Birds are dropping dead, falling out of the sky. Babies are having all type of rashes and stuff on their face. I looked up and got like 6 reports of respiratory failure that done happened. And they're telling these people that they can go back to East Palestine, Ohio. 8 days later, they telling them that they can drink the water again. I say different. They own research say different. And this the thing that tripped me up about them. They try to hide, throw rocks and hide their hands, but they already put up all of their research that goes against everything that they saying right now. So we can go back 20 years and 10 years from now, and it will show you that what they're saying right now is a complete fucking lie. So you lying on national television, but your own documents that your own scientists that you hired to do the testing and to do the work of these different hydrocarbons and these heterocyclic amines that's going around, these unstable molecules that's killing everybody, it's already in your own paperwork. It's on your own website. So now and then what's crazy is this too. Me and one of my associates was looking back and trying to get some articles that we seen last week. They not there no more. So they scrubbing their website like a motherfucker, y'all. So y'all trying to hide and scrub y'all website, but I already got most of the articles. We got most of them already. So I'm finna show y'all this. Now check this out. This is no coincidence, family, at all. And remember, all of them, happened within a 2-week time span. 2 or more train derailments in Texas and in South Carolina raises more concerns. So we got one in Ohio, then we got one in Texas, and we got one in South Carolina. Now look at the date on this. This is February the 13th, 2023, right? Now check this out, family, because it keeps going. It's the craziest thing. This is another one in Arizona, except the one in Arizona actually spilt nitric acid. Shows hazardous smoke spreads for miles. So we got Arizona, we got Ohio, and we got Texas. And we got Tennessee. Y'all remember the derailment that just happened in Tennessee? And you got South Carolina, and here you got Arizona. Now, what people don't know is these elements love to fall in water. So we need to start tracing the water in the rivers. Look, CSX train derails in South Carolina, Norfolk, Southern faces more scrutiny over its derailments. And then you start looking at all of these different derailments. All of them got biohazardous, deadly chemicals and toxins, family. So my question is this, y'all. Is we stupid? Is this a coincidence and the stars is just magically fucking aligning? Or is they are committing an act of terrorism against us and creating biological weapons, covering it up as if it's a spill, and we're going to be affected for centuries, y'all. Not just for generations off of this, for centuries. Because I'm going to show y'all this from their own government site, how this stuff will kill you dead as a doorknob, and it attacks the mitochondria DNA of the cells on the maternal side, and it literally goes through the mother, and it binds to all of the DNA polymers of her children. We talking about 10 generations. 15 generations, not no 2 to 4 generations. And that was what I was saying on my YouTube page. When you really start looking at things like radiation, and you look at the life expectancy of radiation, it's between 29 and 32 years before it actually dissipates, and it don't have a chronic or even an acute effect on the biological entity or what we call your body. This dioxin that we talking about, dioxin, this will affect you for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And this is not from my own mouth, which we noticed studying biochemistry and looking up the molecular structure and the atomic weight of this damn biological weapon that they done created. But it literally will mess you. This on their own website, y'all. I'm going to show it to y'all. Now check this out. If y'all think I'm playing, y'all, this stuff is real. It's real, man. It's crazy, man. So this is what I had pulled up and just showing you vinyl chloride. And it just shows you the atomic weight of vinyl chloride. It shows you it's a colorless gas, pleasant ethereal odor, and it shows you the actual toxic. Now, this is the lowest level of this. This is before it even turned into polyvinyl chloride. This is before it turns into that. This is when it's in its mono stage for real. I'm gonna call it that. Call it its mono stage. This before it get to its di stage and way before it gets to its poly stage, right? Now check this out. Let's talk about the toxins and what they cause. It's central nervous system depression, chronic reproductive effects. This actually goes after the reproductive system because it's a endocrine disruptor. Not only is it a endocrine disruptor, but it causes birth defects. Babies are going to be coming out with all types of birth defects. Y'all think I'm lying? Just go back and look at World War One babies. Go back and look at Vietnam babies when they was actually sprayed with the chemical orange agent. That chemical orange agent is a derivative of what? Vinyl chloride dioxins. And look at what it done to the people. Babies was born coming out with two arms, baby was coming out with disformed face, bone structures that didn't grow, all types of things that was going on. And this stuff, they done created an element that's indestructible. The worst element in humanity that actually been released over there in all these different cities and states that I'm talking about, which is Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Arizona, South Carolina, North Carolina, Missouri, which is like, I'm in St. Louis right now, Missouri. You got Arkansas. All of this is along the river, and this shit is in the water. So we need to do stuff that prepare our bodies and take some substances that prepare us to fight, for what's to come, because this stuff is coming. And like I was saying on the YouTube, I don't give it 20 years. I don't give it 10 years. I give this stuff a couple years before you start seeing effects, because so much of it was actually spilled, y'all. It was a lot of it spilled, man, and they burnt all of it. They literally put it in a ditch and caught it on fire. Now check this out. Let's talk about vinyl chloride toxicity. All right, vinyl chloride monomer, VCM, is an IARC, a IARC group 1 carcinogen known to cause hepatic angiosarcoma in highly exposed industrial workers. So we know that it causes, now hepatic means liver, angio means the beginning or the start of, sarcoma means cancerous tumors. So we know that it causes cancerous tumors on the liver if you expose to it. And it started talking about how the polyvinyl chloride resin actually causes all types of toxics and chronic carcinogen effects on the body. And it messes up the liver. It messes with the heart. It messes with the kidneys. It messes with everything in your biological structure. Now, again, y'all, we ain't even talking about what they created when they put fire to it right now. We just talking about it in its base stage, family. This is in its base stage. You see that? Most vinyl chloride is used to make polyvinyl chloride, PVC plastic. This is where you get your PVC pipes from, family, and vinyl products. Acute short-term exposure to high levels of vinyl chloride in the air has resulted into central nervous system effects, CNS, such as dizziness, drowsiness, and headaches in humans. But it see that it causes what, y'all? It causes liver damage, and cancer is a major concern to exposure to vinyl chloride. Now, this is just to vinyl chloride. Let's see what happens when you put fire to it and how it changes the molecular structure, y'all. And this is what I want to show y'all, because this is what's been put in the water supply. I want to show y'all the government out there testing the water. He throw a rock in the water and a damn whole chemical rainbow just bubble up out of the water. It bubbles up out of the water. Crazy, right? And they telling these people that this stuff is safe to drink. And now it's starting to mess with everybody because it's in the water. It's in the water. Now, check this out. So this is the element. I want to show y'all the changing of the elements. So first, the element starts off like this. I'll blow it up for y'all. So first, the element starts off like this. Notice when you look at it, the molecular weight and structure of it, it have 3 hydrogens on the ends. It have chloride on the end, and then it's held together or binded, polymer binded by 2 carbons, right? Now it's starting to change into its free radical state, and this is how you make the polyvinyl chloride. This is what makes the PVC pipes and all of that. This is what creates the plastic. Notice what it's called: free radical vinyl polymerization. So this is a free radical. Y'all know that I just did something talking about free radicals, antioxidants, anthocyanone, thianone, and everything that you need to take, which was this dark pigmentation, purple, blue, and pink and red pigmentation or melanin from your actual foods. And you can take these antioxidants, and what they do is they buffer the actual free radicals out of the body, because a free radical actually goes inside of the cells and DNA and destroys the telomeres, and the telomeres act as the shoestring caps that hold together the chromosomes. The chromosome structure is what tightly impact the DNA for you can save your DNA. So look, this chemical right here actually has a direct effect, and it attacks the DNA on a telomere level because it's a free radical. It's unstable. It's going around ping pong and it just destroying stuff, right? Now, this is still in its simple stage, and it does that in its simple stage. What about when you put fire to it? Now, look, remember, look how it's looking right now. We got 3 hydrogens, 2 carbons, 1 chloride. 3 hydrogens, 2 carbons with a chain on it. Got a constituent chain, a nitrogen attached to the carbon now with a chloride. This is what you would call a poly, right? Now, check out how it changes when you put fire to it. And they don't want to, this is what they don't want to talk about. And what's crazy is they know this because it's all on their websites. Now, this is what this creates. When you put fire to it, like the governor told them to burn it. They told them to burn it to make sure that it's controlled. There's no such thing as a controlled burn of chlorine or chloride. That's why I'm so against chloride bleach pools, chloride and chlorine bleach cleaning mechanisms like your bleach and your different napkins. We got to stay away from that stuff because it literally breaks down and tear and wear on the DNA strand that makes up your body, family. Straight up. Now check this out. Once you burn it, notice what it becomes. It becomes 2,3,7 tetra chloride benzodioxin. Now look, the crazy part about this, if you study any type of biochemistry, you know when something have more than 2 to 3 chlorines at the end or on the backbone of it, it creates an armor. So look, we got 4 chlorides on the end of both things compacted with hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, and they both connected itself, being connected by carbon. Now they're connected by oxygen molecules because you set it on fire. This literally creates a biohazardous material that is self-conducting. Not only is it self-conducting, but it is created to be indestructible. So you can't destroy this. You can destroy radiation. You can put on hazmat suits and destroy that. You can destroy a lot of different chemicals. You can destroy benzene. You can destroy arsenic acid. You can contain and even destroy aluminum, but you cannot destroy dioxin. And there's over 75 different strands of dioxin, family. This is the worst dioxin ever. There's over 75 different strands. They created the worst one. And it takes a smart individual to know that you're creating this bio weapon. So they knew what they was doing, y'all. I'm not buying it whatsoever. And then we got 7 to 8 train derailments all within a 2-week span. I ain't calling coincidence at all. This was purposely done. But there's things you can do to actually keep your body from being subjected to these things. Now, we gonna get a blowback from it, but it's certain seaweeds and there's certain herbs that you can take, and there's a certain diet that you can take that will actually, preventive maintenance is everything. So that's the reason why we're going live. I can show you this. Hold on, let me show y'all something else too. Stuff is crazy, man. Now, this is so according to them, according to the EPA, this is going off of their own stuff, which stands for the United States Environmental Protection Agency. I'm not making nothing up. No statements that I'm finna say. I'm not making this up. This is what they said. Check out what they said, family. This is what they said. What they call these vinyl carbons that done changed to dioxin, they call it a persistent bioaccumulative toxic substance. For abbreviation, they call it a PBTS. All right. Persistent bioaccumulative toxic substance. Now, this says they are chemicals that break down slowly in the environment, meaning they don't break down. They don't break down. This is not like radiation that take 29 years. This is not like arsenic acid that take 40 to 50 years. This take hundreds of years. And instead of breaking down, it just move around more. So it spreads itself thin. So you will say that it's gone, but it's not gone. This is what they burning. This is what's actually in the air now. This is in our water supply. This is in our food supply chain. This is in our cattle's now. The cattle's been eating this stuff. Y'all done seen birds dropping dead from out of the sky, y'all. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff that's been going down, man. All right, it says, or chemicals that break down slowly in the environment, accumulate in humans and other species, and or toxic. So it's showing you that it don't break down. They're indestructible. They're in the environment, and where they accumulate in bio-living entities like the grass, like your food, like humans, like other species, and they are toxic, y'all. Now, check this out, because they tell on themselves. This is from the same website. All you got to do is go to their website. It says dioxin, key facts. Dioxins are called persistent organic pollutants. They call them POPs or POPs for short, meaning they take a long time to break down once they are in the environment. So we know that this is going to be in the environment for many and many and many and many of hundreds of years, y'all. I'm not just saying years and decades. I'm talking about hundreds of years. So we got to make sure that we keeping ourselves in check. If you in Ohio, you in Tennessee, you in St. Louis, Missouri, you in Missouri, period. You in Illinois, period. You in Texas, period. You in Arizona, period. You in South Carolina, North Carolina, period. You in Georgia, period. Because now it's in all of these waters, y'all. It's in all of these waters. So we got to be real careful. It says dioxins or diocins are highly toxic and can cause cancer, reproductive and developmental problems, damage to the immune system or what we call the lymphatic defense systems, and can interfere with hormones. These are very heavy hormone disruptors, y'all. And that's the reason why people have so many basically reproductive problems when they get a hold of these contaminants. Dioxins or deoxins are found throughout the world in the environment, and it accumulates in the food chain. Do y'all see that? It accumulates in the food chain, concentrating mainly in the fatty tissues of animals. And the reason why it goes through the fatty tissues because it's a fat solvent actual agent. See that? So you usually have something called a water solvent agent, right? This is not water soluble. So it don't have nothing to do with water or coconut water or regular H2O. This actually likes to penetrate your lipids. What makes your lipids up, y'all? Y'all cholesterol, what makes your lipids? Remember we talked about cholesterol. We talked about how powerful and how potent cholesterol was, how powerful and how potent the cholesterol is and how it makes up your cellular membrane. The membrane actually acts as the brain of the cell. Not only that, it protects you. It makes up your mucosal membrane. It also makes up your lymphatic system. Your LDL and your HDL and your VLDL actually is a transport of your melanin neurotransmitters. This is your thinking faculty. This is how electricity actually disperses itself throughout the body for you can command your muscles and your cells of what to do for you can live your everyday life. This literally disintegrates your cholesterol-based system. And not only that, the cholesterol makes up bile. Bile is what breaks down your fats in your food for you can feed your brain these fatty lipids or these fatty acids because that's what your brain eats other than the nutrients and the phytonutrients and phytochemicals and the bioflavonoids and biophotons. It eats fat. And this destroys the fat in your body. And guess what? That is your defense mechanism. The fat in your skin, the fat, the mucosal membrane, the fat, the membrane around your cells, the Golgi apparatus. So this thing is literally a neurotoxin. And that's why we're going to see a lot of retardation coming within the next 1 to 5 years. Give it 5 years, y'all. You're going to see babies that's drinking this water and that's eating food that come from these different places. They're going to have a lot of birth defects, neurological effects. You're going to see a lot of blindness come from these things. You're going to see 8 fingers grown from these things. You're going to see disformities in the physical appearance, all because of this. And this is not a coincidence, y'all. This stuff happened on purpose. So don't let these people think, I'm telling you, y'all, let me just go through this, y'all. It'll blow your mind, man. It's going to blow your mind. It says, more than 90% of typical human exposure is estimated by the EPA to be through the intake of animals' fat, mainly meat, dairy products, fish, and shellfish. And the reason why is because that's what it literally dissolves in first, fats. So me, I'm not a meat eater, so I stop eating meat. The best thing you can do right now is quit eating meat. But I'd be a liar if I didn't say that it didn't sit on crops. It does. But it literally penetrates the meat of crops. And it will penetrate the cellulose of certain vegetables. See, I'm going to keep it all the way real and all the way on it. So the best thing you can do right now is go plant-based. That's the best thing. And even if you go plant-based, you still not safe. You still not safe. Think I'm lying? Let's keep it going. Man, I had a dope presentation set up and everything on my YouTube and my Facebook. They was hating, man. Now check this out. Check this out, family. It says, where does dioxin or diocin come from? It says industrial activity. Diocin or dioxin is not produced or used commercially in the United States. So how the hell did it get here, family? If it's not produced or commercially used, then how did it get here? It says it is a contaminant formed during the production of chlorinated organic compounds, including a few herbicides, such as Salvex. And it's like 10 more that they didn't mention here, though, right? Crazy, right? I wonder why they didn't mention them. So this is why it behooves us to not eat herbicides, pesticides, insecticide sprayed foods, because they got the worstest, deadliest chemical known to the galaxy, known to the universe, sprayed on the damn food. And we wonder why we have so many birth deformities. Our brothers are sterile. Our women are infertile. We have retardation is just growing at an all-time high. Autism, all types of neurological functionings. Babies is born without their internal and eternal organs. Could it be from that? Because we're eating food. And that's why I tell it, we have to start growing our own food, family, straight up. And if you can't grow your own food, shop locals farmers market. If you can't do that, make sure you shopping organic as possible. But they even be lying on the organic labels too. So, we have to start growing our own food, family. So this how it's made. It's made through herbicides such as Salvex. It says over the past decades, the EPA and industry have been working together to dramatically reduce the production of dioxin and the release to the environment. Now, my thing is this. If that's true, if this statement is true, what was the whole point of it being on a train in the first place? Y'all was going to get rid of the shit in the first place. Now, all of a sudden, a derailment happened and y'all had to burn it. But y'all was going to do it anyway. Y'all was just going to do it where? Because, there's life on every inch of this planet. And we talking about this stuff burned to a 1,000 square feet for circumference radius. So if it burns and it's spread 1,000 square feet, there is nowhere you can go to really burn this or let this stuff off without it contaminating somebody. So who is y'all going to contaminate? On your way to the derailment, who were you going? Did y'all pick a city? Do y'all got a spot that y'all put this shit underground? Like, I'm trying to figure out where it was going anyway. Then when it actually failed, when the trains, accidentally derailed, y'all, it was 5. Let me say this again. Hold on, I got it on my tablet because I don't want to lie to y'all because this is all from their own site. Oh, they had 5 cars of polyvinyl chloride, 4 cars of PVC pellets, and they had 5 cars of chloride monomers. This was connected to other carts and trains with food in them. So my thing is this. If these things are highly contaminants, why do y'all have them on a train with our food? Why are they in carts by each other? That's another thing that just threw me off. If you know that these things are very, very hazardous, and according to the EPA website, this is one of the most destructible elements that's been created by man ever in existence, why is it on a train with our grains and shit? Then y'all go put these foods in the stores and then we buy them. We don't know it's been next to PVC. We don't know our food's been next to vinyl chloride. We don't know our food's been exposed to dioxin. We'll never know that. So man, they most definitely knew better. This is, my mind just blown on how evil the system is, though. This is a very, very evil system. Very evil, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Now, check this out. This is what they do say, though. It says, although environmental levels of dioxins have been decreased in the last 30 years, dioxins are extremely persistent. So even though they decrease, it's hard to break down. They still everywhere in the damn environment. It says they're extremely persistent compounds and break down very slowly. In fact, a large part of current exposure to dioxins in the United States is due to the release that occurred decades ago. Ooh-wee. Now, this is very, very important information because this is on their website, right? This is actually on the EPA.gov website, the Environmental Protection Agency website. They're saying this, but on the same breath, they're standing up on a podium far fucking away from East Palestine because they know their asses can't be there because it's how toxic it is. So they're not going to East Palestine and saying that. They far away from Ohio, standing up on a podium in their government agency and saying, yes, the pollutants are gone. The levels are so little. We believe that you can return back home in 8 days. You can start eating the food and drinking the water. It won't harm you. But you ain't going to take your ass there and say that. You far away on your podium saying that. And plus on your own website, it goes against everything you just said. Ooh-wee, boy. I'm just saying. But let's keep going, though. Ain't that crazy, y'all? Watch this. It's crazy. Now, this man right here, his name is Eric F. Capolino. And he's like amazing when it comes to talking about this. He got all the government documents on dioxin. He got the World War I, how they exposed it in Vietnam, how it killed hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, he got the up and up when it comes to this. Yeah, it's most definitely their solution, God. Is look, think about it. The so-called, the blank didn't take us out. That didn't work. It was too many Negroes waking up, everybody waking up. Caucasians waking up, Negroes waking up, Asians waking up, Hispanics waking up. Everybody starting to see the sudden death and everything that's happening. Shit wasn't making sense. We don't trust them on a massive level. So a lot of people didn't fall for the okie doke. Well, a lot of people did, but a lot of people didn't. So that couldn't be a very good depopulation tool. So they said, okay, these Negroes getting smart. Let's do some train derailments with some of the worst fucking chemicals in existence. And now it don't matter if you took that or not, because this get those who took it and those that didn't take it, because it's not only is it's in the air, but it's pollutants that's in the grass. It's pollutants that is biohazardous. It gets inside of the skin. It penetrates the lipids, and it spreads for thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. And hold on, we gonna dump it in the water. Not only is we going to dump it in the water, but we're going to make sure we dump it in the right river, in the right water that connects to every other fucking river. So now we got the whole country. Now we got the whole country. And water travels fast, y'all. So you better not be touching no, you better, hey, you want to wash your butt, you better not jump in that shower. You better buy you some distilled water and warm it up on the stove. You better not be drinking out no tap water. I bet you if y'all check that water, it got dioxin in it. I bet you. Because that traveled fast. And we talking about, let me show y'all the circumference, y'all. But first, let's talk about Eric Capolino. And he just, man, he amazing. I want to show y'all his site and his radius and everything. Matter of fact, let me call out his website for y'all can go check him out real quick. His website is planetwaves.org. Planetwaves.org. Y'all can Google him too. And he going in on it. Now, check this out. This is how destructive this is. All right. One little pellet of acid, just one, as much dioxin contained in the weight of one aspirin tablet is enough for the safe dose for 32 million people, according to the EPA standards. Again, this is on the EPA website. So he's saying that one tablet, that's the size of an aspirin tablet, if you broke it up 32 million times and gave that piece to 32 million people, it's still super toxic for you. This is how toxic this shit is, y'all. That even a point per trillion of this will harm the body. They done burnt tons of this shit. They done burnt tons of it, family. Tons and tons of it in the air and put it in the water. Let me read that one more time. As much dioxin contained in the weight of one aspirin tablet is enough for the safe dose for 32 million people, according for the EPA standards. I'm just saying, family, you cannot make this stuff up. So these are his predictions. And what's crazy is our predictions lines up the same. So remember, it started in Ohio. All right. This the red zone. This the hot zone. All right. Now, you already know it got itself dumped into where? The Ohio River Basin. All right. Now, look, it travels. This the current. It travels itself down. And then it immediately going to go into Tennessee. You hit Tennessee from right here. So you're going to get the Tennessee River. Then from there, you're going to hit the upper Mississippi River. Then you hit the lower Mississippi. Then you hit the White Red River. And then it's going to go into the Missouri River, y'all. So any states that's in this right here, it's already here, y'all. Only thing we can do is prepare. It's already here. It's here. Illinois, Missouri, Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, Arkansas. I mean, it's in the water. Stay away from the water. You got to stay away from, Chicago, Illinois, the whole Illinois. Y'all think I'm playing. And what's crazy is a partner that I know, he's actually getting some dioxin testing equipment. They invested in it. So I can't wait because they're going to be doing independent testing in all of these different states. So I'm going to have more information I'm gonna have more information and research to y'all within the next month or so, because some associates of mine who I'm very cool with, they actually are investing in the testing equipment to go do their own independent testing and research, because the government's not doing it. And the reason why they're not doing it, because they know good and damn well it's done spread it everywhere. It's done spread it and contaminated everything already. So of course they're not gonna test it. All right, now check this out. So y'all see that, right? Now check this out, y'all. Ohio toxic train crash killed nearly 45,000 animals. 45,000 animals. Whew. So if it's killing animals like that, what is it doing to your body? And we talking about little animals. We talking about little animals. Y'all know how many fish? 44,000 fish. Aquatic species. They're just talking about animals. This is how toxic this stuff is. And then if y'all see what's happening to humans out there now that they not covering, it's crazy. Nearly 44,000 aquatic animals, aquatic. First it was animals, now it's aquatic animals, or were potentially killed as a result of derailed train in East Palestine, Ohio. The Department of Natural Resources said this Thursday. I'm just saying, family. So it's killing the fish. It's killing the animals. What you think it's doing to you, especially if you're eating the animals and you're eating the fish. And look, fish are in water and you drinking the water. Ooh wee. I don't think y'all really know how serious this is. This is some serious stuff, y'all, that we're being blinded by, because we too caught up in social media. We too caught up in what's going on in our household. We too caught up in the televisions. We too caught up in the clubs. We caught up being toxic, being intoxicated by liquor, wines, and spirits, high out our minds by smoking, highly filled estrogenic weed, and our minds is somewhere else. And your whole entire bloodline and any generations that's supposed to come out of you are literally being attacked biologically through man-made biological weapons, y'all. Like straight up, we have to wake up. Our eyes is on the wrong thing. Our attention is on the wrong. We need to be giving our future survival of our species attention, not the things that we're giving attention to now, family. I'm just saying. Let's keep it going, though. Let's just keep it going. Now check this out. Man, look. Let me change this camera around. All right, skyrocketing pet death. So a lot of their pets are dying. I seen one on the news today crying his eyes out, holding his dog. Dog dead as a doorknob, man. Dog dead as a doorknob. And he talking about I just don't know why. It's been a couple weeks and he wasn't barking and now he's dead. He was holding like a Labrador. He was holding it looked like Lassie. I remember the dog Lassie. He holding it dead on the news, y'all. It says skyrocketing pet death after Ohio train derailments have residents questioning the chemical long-term health effect. Because next is them. Next is us, man. That's what I'm saying. See, right now, there's anything that's littler than us, anything that have a lower weight than us, and they don't have a good lipid defense like cholesterol. See, we got 3 lipid layers. Not only do you got cholesterol, right after that, you got the mucosal membrane, which is another lipid layer. Then you got to fight through that, and then you got to get through the actual cellular plasma. Well, before you even get to the cellular plasma, you got the cellular membrane. Then you penetrate the cellular membrane. Then you got the cellular plasma. You see that? So we got 4 different lipid layers that this shit got to penetrate. Dogs only got 2. You see that? When you get to fish, they only got 1. When you get to birds, they technically don't have none. So you're going to see the last effect and the death start happening to us last, except for children, because children haven't developed all of their 4 lipid layers yet. So you're going to see a lot of effects on the children, pets, animals, fishes, and stuff like that. Then later on, you're going to start seeing big ass 2-ton cows drop dead, horses drop dead, humans, and then you're going to start seeing all the effect on us. But it's happening. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. Only thing we can do is prepare. That's it. That's the only thing we can do is prepare, family. Yeah, and notice they not talking about this nowhere. They talking about it's containable. How is it containable? Please show me how something like this is containable when on your own website you said that it's indestructible. So if it's indestructible, how in one breath you saying that it's containable, but in the next breath you say it's indestructible? How? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Showing y'all that, look, they think we so dumb that they have years, over 100 years worth of research showing how how chemically disruptive this thing is, but they will go on TV and lie to your face, and they know that we are so intoxicated and so dumbed down and so high off all of the different, the chemical factories that they putting in our foods, the pollutants that they putting in our air and our water. They think we're so drugged up off of their sorcery that we'll believe it. And millions of us actually believe this. We actually believe that it's cool. Will Shungai help? Shungai will help a little bit, but we need something else more than Shungai. Unless you're going to break down the Shungai and eat it, you need something that you can actually have bioavailability, that you can break down into your digestional tract, so you can pull this out of your GI tract, y'all. You're going to have to pull this out. You got to get this out of the liver. So, Shungai, cool. You can put a Shungai stone in your water, but I wouldn't put it in no contaminated water at all. I'll put that in some spring water that don't have no, and look, make sure if y'all buying spring water that y'all checking the source where the spring water come from. If it's connected to any of these damn rivers, I wouldn't even get it, family. They are forcing us to straight do our own stuff, grow our own food, tap our own water wells. And did y'all see about the illegal chemical dumpings in the wells in Houston, Texas? Google that, y'all. Illegal chemical dumping in Houston, Texas of dioxins. Ooh-wee, that's gonna blow y'all. Google that. That will blow your rocks, man. That'll blow your rocks. So make sure y'all studying the water sources and all of that as well. But I don't want to keep going on and on. I want to get straight to the solutions of this thing. So we already know the first thing you're going to have to do is watch the water. All right. The best thing to do is do not take any showers or baths along these rivers. Again, I'm going to say these rivers again. And y'all got to, and I might be missing some, but the Ohio River, the Mississippi River, the Missouri River, the Arkansas River, you see that? And that Tennessee River. Make sure that if them are coming through any of your states or any of your cities and areas, you stay away from it. Don't even wash your hands with that bull crap. I'm telling you. Like I said on my last live before they cut me short, I'm not the brother that make predictions. I don't get out here because I'm not a false prophet. I don't say it's going to be like this and this. I'm telling y'all, 1 to 5 years, y'all going to see some catastrophic shit. From 5 to 10 years, you're going to see stuff that blows your mind, all traced back to this. 100 years from now, when babies coming out deformed, it's because people did not listen to what I'm telling them right now. I'm standing on that. I've never made a prediction, but I'm making that one because that's how much I know biochemistry. I know the body, I know anatomy, I know physiology, and I know cellular biology. I'm telling y'all. Please listen to me. You don't have to buy nothing from me. You can buy this stuff from your local or herbal stores, and you can get the food from. You don't have to buy anything from me. This is literally a live broadcast for you to save your life, save your children's lives, and save your children's lives. Because this is how potent this indestructible vinyl chloride turned into diocin is, and they done burnt it and changed the molecular structure, and now this shit is in our water, it's in our food supply, it's in our cow, it's everywhere. So the only thing we can do is certain things to have preventive maintenance to keep this out of our body. First thing is stop the contamination, and the best way to do that is to cut off the water supply. So buy your own water. Distill water to wash your behind in, all right? Warm it up on the pot, warm it up on the stove, fill it up in the tub if you want to do that. If not, it's time to start washing up. It's time to start washing up, all right? Just wash up with it and get in and get out. All right, drastic times come to drastic measurements. I know a lot of y'all, I got to be in the shower 10 to 30. Look, I wouldn't even jump in that deal right now until we figure out, until somebody until we have independent research and independent biochemists that have the equipment to actually test the levels of dioxin. We shouldn't touch the water. And until they show us the database and say, this is this point per billions and this, that and this and that, that's when we need to actually say, okay, it's safe to jump in here. But even if then, you should have a filter on it. I don't know no filters out here that can actually stop dioxin from getting through the water. I know the Pelican filter can stop, aluminum. I know it can stop arsenic acid. I know it can stop stuff like that, but I don't know nothing that can really stop dioxin. So stay away from the water. Next thing is food. Shop locals farmers market and ask what truck and where did they get it. If they got it from their area, don't buy it, y'all. And look, land. So somebody with land, start planning on it. Come together. Let's start creating community gardens. Let's start growing our vegetables, growing our fruits and stuff like that, and eating our own fruits. If you can't do none of that, we're going to take a chance doing this. Even with some things, I'm going to have to do it with some things. We're going to have to shop from the produce section and get organic everything. Do not buy, or you can't buy inorganic anymore. You have to get it organic. And even that is still a chance, because your organic shit can rub up and be contaminated by some inorganic shit. See what I'm saying? So like, they putting us in a position where they making us straight be strictly independent, come together as a whole collective consciousness and grow our own stuff and find our own water resources. All right. The next one, you have herbs. And I'm going to show y'all the herbs. Let me show y'all this. And I just pulled this up on the government's website. So seaweed. Seaweed actually accelerates the excretion of dioxin stored in rats. And I'm going to show y'all the same thing in humans. So seaweeds. And that was, I was telling people, sea moss, golden sea moss should be the last on your list. That's more of a rebuilder. We need things that's going to pull with some anthocyanins in it, like purple sea moss. But that still should be the last on your list. What should be first on your list is nori. Nori, N-O-R-E. Nori is a great way of getting it out. Another one is fucus. That's the first on your list for real. Your fucus, which is your bladderwrack. So the first one I would say is bladderwrack. Get some good bladderwrack. The most powerful bladderwrack I ever seen came from Europe, y'all. I've never in my life tested and seen no bladderwrack more powerful and potent than the bladderwrack that comes from Europe, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm tested and approved in the laboratory. Stamped approved. Never seen nothing that powerful. Especially with the amount of iodine in it. Next out there, and we sell that too. Or you can get it straight from Europe, or you can get it from one of your local herbal stores. Next after that, I would say your nori. After your nori, I will most definitely say your kelp. Then after your kelp, that's when you get into your club mosses. Then after your club moss, you can get into your sea moss and stuff like that. There's over 102 different variations of sea moss, y'all. All sea moss don't gel up. All sea moss don't swell up. There's different families and classifications of sea moss. Y'all act like y'all don't know that. Y'all be tripping. This one didn't swell up. It's fake sea moss, y'all. No, it's not. It's just a different type. This one didn't gel up. It's just a different type. So I really need y'all to start studying sea herbs, or what you would call sea vegetables. All right. And yes, you can give this stuff to children, family. You can give it to children. All right. Yes. Thank you, Honest Herbs. Bladderwrack, nori, kelp, club moss, sea moss. That'll work too. Even sea moss. That'll work. Yeah. The purple one don't gel. Y'all be killing me with that. This must be fake. Like, I will never in my life say y'all nothing fake. All right, so look, so we see seaweed. This is actually a government article, family. Let's go to the next one. All right, another one is chlorophyll, derived from chlorella. Chlorella. It inhabits dioxin absorption from the gastrointestinal tract and accelerates dioxin secretion in rats. So another one is chlorophyll. Get you some good chlorophyll, good dark chlorophyll. All right. That'll help. We actually got chlorophyll in our intercellular cleanse. So that'd be very, very good to get the intercellular cleanse, or find you some actual good chlorophyll on your own. All right. Write that down. Chlorophyll. It's a good way. Anybody that's in its vicinity, anybody that's on these riverbanks that I was talking about, this is what you need. I hope y'all are writing this stuff down, because I know for a fact I can't keep this up. They already snatched it and took it down from off my YouTube from 30, 45 minutes ago. They literally cut my live while I was live, y'all, and took it down. So I know I can't keep it up on here either. So I'm not keeping this up, family, just to let y'all know. All right, let's keep going. What else we got? Look, showing y'all increasing effect of nori on the fecal excretion of dioxin by rats. So that nori is something, that nori and that bladderwrack is so many different articles on humans, on rats. They even studied it on pigs, y'all, showing how it's just pushing this stuff out of the body. It's pushing it out of the body, family. So we're going to need this. We're going to need this ASAP. Start this like right now. What about dandelion leaf? What I would do for real, Miss Rose, I would do dandelion root. It's going to be stronger than a leaf, and it's a part of the Barbus family, so it'll go after the liver and the kidneys and the blood more. Because the whole thing is to get it out of the liver, to turn on the pathways or the elimination pathways to get it out of the liver. So I would mix it, but I just wouldn't do dandelion leaf by itself. You know, that we talking about hardcore clinical trials and studies that they done did for years and years and decades and decades. So, and I didn't see dandelion leaf been mentioned, period. I did see dandelion root mentioned, but it was in a Chinese study, and I couldn't read some of the damn notes that he had. So I'm only telling y'all stuff that I actually read. I can see. I can give y'all the article history and citation on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking. But I think it will be good to actually add, though. Most definitely add it. Add it. Okay, check this out, y'all. Even green tea. Even your green tea. Now, do not be drinking too much green tea because it will harm the liver. But it will get all of these different types of dioxins out of the digestional tract, y'all. Y'all see that? So them the herbs that I will take. And make sure that you take something for the blood, because even though you cleansing the liver, you got to clean your blood up. You cleanse your blood up with greater burdock root is a good blood cleanser. Chaparral is a good blood cleanser. Blood root is a good blood cleanser. Anything that's in your barbs family, burdock, yellow dock, dandelions, this is a part of the barbs family. This will really clean your blood up real good. Black seed oil, not only will it cleanse the blood, but it cleanses the cells, and it penetrates the mucosal membrane of the cells and cleanse out the DNA too. So, black seeds, and pay attention to the kidneys, pay attention to the liver, and pay attention to the spleen while you cleansing. And I think that we should be on, since we know that this is happening, we should be on herbs all the time now. Alternate herbs. Make sure that you're not taking liver damaging herbs and cancerous herbs all the time, because it will kill you. So, stay on more slightly, real alkaline herbs starting off. Don't get on them real strong cancerous herbs, or what we'll call lymphatic herbs, and stay on them too long, because they'll mess your body up. Like, for instance, chaparral. Chaparral will kill you if you take too much of it, because it really will shut down your liver. Poke root. It's good for the lymphatic system and for the blood, but it's poison. So all of them poisonous, but these will kill you if you take too many high quantities of them. Cleaver's leaf and plantain leaf. Too much of that will shut down your liver and your kidneys. You know what I'm saying? And they oxalates too, meaning they draw calcium to certain areas. So, not too many of those, but your common herbs that, don't have too much going on, like burdock. You should be on burdock leaf and burdock root at least once a week. And teeter-totter it back and forth, because your body can get super used to herbs where your cells and the cellular membrane memory will adapt to the herbs and it stop working. So make sure that you alternate. The same thing when you working out. You got to alternate workouts and change different positions, because your cellular membranes and the memory of them, your muscle memory reflex will start getting so used to it that you don't grow muscle to it. Same thing. Yeah, black seed oil is hella poisonous, but it's good for you. Who was that? One of the Egyptian priests that ran the whole dynasty, I can't think of the name right now, but he said that black seed oil was the cure-all herb. He said black seed oil can cure any disease. I don't believe it can cure any disease, but that's how powerful and potent it is. But it's well known, and there's actually studies shown where black seed oil, too much of it, have stopped and shut down liver functioning. My bad, y'all, I'm spitting on y'all. Literally shut down liver function. Y'all can look this up on a government website. Too much of it will poison the blood and stop your liver. Same thing as oregano oil. I don't recommend you take black seed oil and oregano oil more than 15 days at a time. So take it for 15 days, then stop for 15 days, then jump back on it. Sometimes take it for 15 days, stop for 30 days, then jump back on it. Because if you taking them back to back like that, it really will mess up your body. Yeah, King Tut tomb. Yeah, King Tut. They found black seeds inside of his tomb. They actually found it in his tomb. He's the one who said that, though. Thank you. I appreciate that. So do y'all got any questions so far? Oh, and my last one. So then was my preventive maintenance and what you need to do. Make sure that you increasing your cruciferous vegetables. For those who watched, the hybrid they got right, which I was talking about: broccoli, sulforaphane, these different antioxidants, all these major isothiocyanins that's in them. This will be a good defense to them too. So your cruciferous family, your purple cabbages, your green cabbages, your broccoli, especially your sprouted broccolis. This will be a major, and I even got articles on that too. This would be a major combative, line of defense to dioxins in the air. But my last one is, or get the hell out of America. You're either going to have to fight this, do preventive maintenance, Quit being so distracted by the worldly things of the world. And actually, be on the herbs. Make sure you eating right, getting off the meats, getting off the lactic acid, the carbonic acids. Stop eating all the crazy nonsense and literally go plant-based, organic plant-based, and work towards growing your own food, finding your own water source, finding the right climate for you can grow year round or becoming knowledgeable enough to grow in any climate. You know what I'm saying? Or leave, man. I mean, that's really what it is. I know I'm here though. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm staying with my people. The captain go down with the ship. So I'm on the ship until this mug drown. I'm saving my people until it drown. That's what I'm doing. So I'm staying. This is home for me. I'm staying home. I ain't going nowhere. I am home. So only thing I could do is yell. The British are coming. Wars at our doorsteps. They're killing us, y'all. They're killing us, and they saying it's a coincidence when it's not. I mean, there's more things where they messing with the weather. These weather machines, they are turning them up and on. It's flooding in California. It's snowing in Cali right now. It is going down out here, family. So I'm just telling you to prepare. All right, cleanse your body, cleanse your minds, cleanse your souls, stay focused. And if we all collectively come together and we stand up against this 1% regime, we can win this war. But this is a global war, y'all. Everybody with this conscious mind state need to stand up together now. This is beyond, look, y'all know I'm serious when I say this. This is beyond black and white, family. This is beyond Caucasian and indigenous. This is beyond all. This is not the 99%, which is us, against the 1%, which is they ass. This is what this is. This is a total different war, family. And I know y'all probably mad that I said that, but I'm keeping it $150 with y'all. This is way more important, family. I'm just saying. Just saying, this is us against they ass, straight up. So we need to come together. All of us need to come together. You know what I'm saying? And really, really stand up against this, because the depopulation is real. They are murdering us, mass extinction, y'all. Due to that, now the water, the air pollutants, the chemtrails, the man-made earthquakes, the man-made weather. I know ain't no real snow been in Missouri for at least 30 years. I'm 34. I haven't seen real snow yet, probably when I was little. We testing this snow and burning this snow now. The snow don't even fucking burn, y'all. Like, this is fake snow. Yes, particles coming down, plastic snow, plastic rice. Do you know 99% of your rice is plastic? Like, they are messing the whole entire world up. I'm just saying, man. So we need to come together and kick their ass. And, at this point, hey, let's join hands. Shit, I get my race and get my hood. You get your race and get your hood. We got one common denominator. That's the 1%ers. White, black, Hispanics, fake Indians, regular Indians. Let's come together and whoop they ass. That's what I'm on right now. That's what I'm on. If we thinking alike and we just talking about the future survival of a people, period, of humanity, period. They ass is trying to kill everybody. They don't give a damn what color you is. They trying to kill everybody. They want the world population to be down to 500 million, y'all. And then after that, they want to take it to 5 million. And the 5 million gonna be the slaves. And then they want to run the whole world. See, they waging war against Russia right now, hoping that Russia and Putin come nuke us. Bill Gates and them built $50 million lavish, underground bunkers, hundreds of meters in the ground. So they gonna survive this shit. They want everybody else to die. Then they bring their slaves out and bring everybody else out when the dust settles. And then they got slaves for the rest of eternity. No, man, it ain't working like that, man. I'm trying to find the keys to their bunkers and jack one of them. That way when stuff do hit the fan, we in the bunkers before they get there. We already in they shit. I'm just saying, family. I know y'all like, oh, y'all keep changing. I'm just keeping it real. I'm talking about survival. Yeah. Man, I love y'all. I know y'all. Y'all like, I ain't never heard him talk like that. That's how you know I'm serious. That's how you know. You said your bunker costs 100,000. That's good. How deep is it? How deep is it? Because when I be studying nuclear war and the blast, it can go in the ground feet, y'all. So like, how deep is it? We got to check that too. And we need to be studying and I think me personally, I'm gonna get off of here after this, but me personally, as y'all brother, I think we need to start like teaching our children that how to survive a nuclear blast, because nuclear war is prominent. It's coming. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be teaching our children how to survive that, how to survive tyranny. You know, if it was a total all out blackout right now, how to survive that, showing them how to build generators, showing them how important solar plant, you know, all this mathematics and all this that ain't finna matter. We going digital anyway, digital currency. Math ain't finna be math in anyways. They literally pulling currency out of thin air. They moving numbers around digitally now. So you going to school for arithmetic and math and all that don't mean nothing. PE right now is your most PE in science, and they teaching you the wrong science anyway in public schools. So PE is your most important subject in school now, because you're moving your body, you're moving your limbs. You know what I'm saying? You're making your cardiovascular output more. You're building up your lymphatic defense system, and you're sweating. That's the only thing a public school is even worth for now is PE. Every other subject ain't got nothing to do with to help us with the times we're in or the times we're heading into. Like what math is gonna help us out with in a nuclear fallout? Huh? In all out war. You ain't finna be trying to make math and all out war. You gonna be like, damn, where's my gas mask? Damn, my mama ain't teach me about a gas mask. Then you gotta, how do I use it? Damn, my pops ain't teaching me. How do I change the filter off? See, that's the stuff we need to be teaching our children. Gas mask, how to change the gas mask, how much air supply in it. You see that? Building watering filters. We need to be teaching our children need to be going to some type of what they call it, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts at home. That's what we need to be teaching. Combat training. Knowing the exits in the room. If they come in this door, how we clear a house, using weapons, using pistols, breaking them down, cleaning them out, how important ammunition is, preserving food, canning food, how to add natural preservatives to your food, stocking up food, how to pack a backpack. If it went down right now, do you have a backpack ready? Can you just put on a backpack and go? Most of us gonna say no. So we teaching our children the wrong shit. Especially in the time we teaching our children the wrong thing. All our children know is TV, television, games. Straight up, we need to start limits. I had to start limit. You gotta look. Nope. Today you ain't on the game. Nope. Do some push-ups or something. Shoot. Go learn some anatomy. I be having to do mine. Nope. No game today, little man. Like, it's time to start getting on that, family. What happened if we get shot and we can't go to the hospital because we got to pass up, hostile territory? Can you pull a bullet out? Can you sew that bullet up? Can you stop your body from bleeding? We ain't thinking right. We thinking about the wrong stuff. We thinking about the wrong stuff, family. Which way is north? What happened if you got a compass? What happened if your compass, how you know to go north? How you know to go south to east? Which water good to drink? Is that salt water? Is that fresh water? How can I distract the salt from the salt water to make it fresh water? Should I camp high ground? Should we camp low ground? Should we stay by the river and camp? Should we camp in the mountains? That's all I'm saying. Can you tell what time of day is without your clock? Without a watch? Without your phone? Can you tell what type of time of day is just by the sun? Can you tell if the moon is on the left side or on the right side? If it's full crescent, if it's half crescent, full, is it descending? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? Look. A lot of y'all think I'm crazy as hell. But in that day, y'all gonna be like, boy, Yaki was right. We was learning the wrong shit. We was learning the wrong things. You know how to shake your ass, though. Yeah. Yeah, partner, you got the best stroke in the world, don't you, my brother? You got the new J's that came out, don't you? They even match your shirt. I bet them J's match your shirt, my nigga, don't it? You had lobsters and shrimp yesterday. You living a good life, huh? I bet you watched your favorite show. You watched your favorite show, didn't you? But did you study, though? Or you preparing for what's to come? Or you preparing for what's to come. Ooh-wee. Hey, we've been bamboozled, family. We've been hoodwinked. We've been hoodwinked. We've been hoodwinked. It's time to get our lives together, family. For real. Our people depends on it. What cooked foods do I eat? I eat cooked foods. I eat cooked lentils, garbanzo beans. I eat me some cooked food. I eat a lot of raw too. I eat more raw than cooked, but I do eat cooked food. I still have me some quinoa. Hey, I'm just saying, and I love cooked vegetables too. No, I do. I still eat predominantly, yes, lentils or fruits. I love me some fried. Hey, I love fried plantain. I just had some fried. Kawhi made me some fried plantains the other day. Danny, raw plantain. She make this plantain salad that's super fire though. Super fire. Tassili's in Atlanta got some good plantain too. But y'all got, yeah, man, yeah. But Kawhi just made me some fried plantains the other day. I'm detoxing now, though, so I'm on my, I'm doing my thing. But yeah. Plantain is a fruit. You see what I'm saying? So look, I think y'all need to understand, and understand what I'm saying. Most of my diet consists of fruit. Most of the fruits I eat, you probably don't even know is a fruit. Quinoa is a caryopsis fruit. It's part of the legumes, part of the pod family. That's a fruit. A fruit is the reproductive part of the plant. So any part that is not the stem, any part that is not the shoot, any part that is not the root, and any part that is not the leaf, that's considered vegetables and roots, or what they call a potato, a root. You know what I'm saying? I eat everything that's reproduced from it. That's a fruit. And I cook my fruits. I eat my fruits raw. I bake my fruits. So potentially 92% of my diet, I'm a frugivore. But I think when I say that, y'all think I just eat raw fruits. No, I wouldn't be able to keep my weight the way I keep it if I just ate raw fruits 100% of the time. No. It's about combination. It's about on cooking, off cooking. The times of the day that I eat, I make sure I manipulate my time. That way I can hold most of my weight. Yes, sprouted lentils is amazing. They bitter as hell, but that's amazing. That's another good thing that you can add. Sprouted lentils. Lentils is a fruit. Garbanzo beans is a fruit. It's not a beans. It's an actual fruit. Quinoa is a fruit, y'all. You see what I'm saying? So I think that y'all missing what I be saying when I'm saying that. I'm not sitting around, and which that's my idea. My idea is to be 100% frugivore. I don't think we're going to be able to reach that in this lifetime. I know some people that's doing it. But me, personally, I just don't like being that damn skinny. When I first did it, I was skinny as hell. Everybody thought I was crackhead, thought I had AIDS. I'm like, I got to get my weight back. You know what I'm saying? But we have to understand what fruits are. You know what I'm saying? Cucumbers is a fruit. Eggplant is a fruit. Tomatoes is a fruit. Okra is a fruit. All this stuff y'all think are vegetables or fruits. Yes, in 1713 all the way to 1930, they changed and classified a lot of your fruits as vegetables for they can evade the tax law from bringing it in from Mexico and from all these different places. So they reclassified them for they wouldn't have to pay as much. So yes, I am a frugivore. I love fruits, all types of fruits. And you still have mucus forming fruits as well, because grains is a fruit. Grains is part of the caryopsis family, but grains will kill your ass and they're very, very mucus forming. But it's a fruit though. Grains are fruits. Even when you look at a corn, even though it's GMO and it's hybrid, what about your original corn? That's a fruit. That's a fruit. It's the reproductive part of the plant. Is the world about money, Yaki? I wouldn't say the world is about money. The world is about currency, brother. So energy. The world is all about energy. Energy is money. Energy is money. Prime example, NFTs. They're selling digital stuff for digital currency. So it's about the energy. That's all money is. Why it's called money. Currency. A current is in a river. A river have banks. You go to the bank to withdraw currency. This currency is called liquid assets. That's the water that's in the current. That's a part of the river bank. So it's the energy, bro. It ain't really about a piece of paper with a dead president on it. That's the color of green. It's the energy behind it. That's why money haven't been backed by nothing since the 1800s. The Federal Reserve haven't had gold in the banks for hundreds of years, but we still passing around federal debt notes and thinking it's valuable when it's not. What's valuable is the intention that we give it. We make it valuable. You see what I'm saying? Even though the money is not even backed by a natural element like gold or silver, which is what it's going back to. Y'all see that? That's why ain't no other country even fucking with us no more, because we still using a US dollar that's not backed by no elements. But Russia they got gold backed currency now. China, they just went back gold backed currency. You see that? Even that's an energy though. That's an element, a metal element that carries energy and information. They back their dollar by. So now we're going digital. Because we can't get it. We can't use the dollar no more out of the country for real. So we going completely digital, which going deeper into our bullshit and our debt. So it's the energy that we bring to the currency that we call money. So yeah, it's all about energy, bro. All about energy. That's why I don't mind nobody using me. You know what I'm saying? As long as I get to use you, we can use each other. Because that's what we are here for, to use each other. Y'all think using is bad. It's only bad when you being used and you can't use the other person in the partnership or in the relationship you with. But this is a using world. I need you to do this, and for that, I will do this for you. That's how it works. It's all user. We just look at words different, and we don't really study the definition of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We are all here to give ourselves to each other. That is called being used. Like, don't you want to be used by God? Don't you say all the time? I want God to use me. Well, I want God to use me. Use me, Lord. Don't you want God to use? Like, we just look at the way we look at life. Yeah, reciprocation. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. All praise. I appreciate y'all. What type of currency should we get? That's a good question, Sister D. I say invest in a lot of gold. That's what I've been doing. Invest in a lot of gold. Put your likeness on it and put your name on it. This increase the value of your gold. And don't get nothing below 18 karat. Always get 18 and up. Try to go 22. Try to go 21 karat. You can't go 22 because it's too soft unless you go 22 and you make little nuggets out of it and you lock it in the safe or a deposit box somewhere. But I wouldn't put it in the banks because the banks are starting to shut down. But buy a lot of gold. Put your likeness and your stamp on it. Make sure you stamp it with your LLC and then get insurance on it. Ooh, that changed the game. Because now if something happened to it, they got to cut you a check. And once you do that and you get it appraised, it increases in value. See, the thing about gold, the moment you buy gold and you walk out of the jewelry store, especially custom gold with your likeness on it or in the image, you get to write it off. Now you get to write it. So if you spend $150 on a chain, you get to write it off because you put your logo on it, right? Not only that, you get to get insurance on it, which is going to increase the value. And if something happened to it, you can file an insurance claim. They will give you the money. Why do you think all the rappers millions of gold was stolen from his tour bus when he was rapping on stage? You be like, that nigga just got over. $1 million of jewelry was stolen from her Mercedes when she was in Hollywood. Oh, okay. I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all up to. You see that? And then never get 14. So 14 got too much metal mixed in with it. When you start getting up into 18, 21, 22 is pure, but between 18 and 21, that's all I get is 20. I don't even get 18. I'm 21 everything. That way you can turn it back in and they will pay you more to buy it back from you than what you paid them for it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think. That's the only currency we should be investing in. The silver too. Gold, silver. And of course, your melanin, invest in your body. See, if you invest in, you have the greatest precious metal in existence. It's called melanin. This worth more than gold and silver put together. You got trillions of it in all deep inside of your cells. So invest in that. Eat healthy, drink healthy, think healthy, live healthy. This is the best investment you can ever invest in. This is your real currency. Bartering. Let's start bartering. If I'm growing sweet potatoes and you growing and living in a key lime tree, we don't need no money. My brother, baby girl, let me get a pound of those and I'll give you a pound of these sweet potatoes. They full of potassium and magnesium. Let me get some of them lemons and key limes. I need some for my armpits. I need to alkalize some water we got, Hey. Dang, they say, bro, down in Florida growing some papayas. Shoot, I do got a truck. Let me get my truck running. Tell bro I'll bring him 200 pounds of sweet potatoes. Hey, you want to come together with me, sister? Let's use your key lime and your lemon tree form. And we could put together a package and go down there and get some papayas and get some exotic fruits. Let's call them, hey, bro, we got some good fruit. We got some good vegetables down. We got some potatoes. We got lemons. We got key limes. We heard you had some papayas. And we heard you had some nopal cactus. Can we come down there and grab some? Yeah, come down here and grab some. Boom. What's that? That's now we buy state, we buy city with it. And we not using no stores to eat. We eating based off of what we grow when we're creating a developing community. You see that? And now we're interchanging with each other without using no green dollar with a white man on it. Ooh, we see this get past digital currency and this get past regular currency. Now we spending our own currency, our own energy, growing our own food and exchanging it amongst ourselves. This is what the government don't really want. And it's possible. We can start this right now. What you growing? What you growing? Oh, you got a water source out there? You got a water? How many gallons of water you got? You can pump how many a week? Oh, okay. So look, I'm going to come out there and exchange. I'm going to bring a few gallons out to hold us over for a month. And for you giving me that, I got this for you. What you need? Oh, I need new this. I need new wool. Oh, shit. I know my brother. He got about 1,000 sheep on 100 acres. I got some wool for you. Now we putting people in business. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's different. We have just been bamboozled and hijacked by the mental. You see what I'm saying? We've been hijacked. That's it. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make an app for it. But yeah, man, we just lost in the sauce, family. There's ways around this, family. There's ways around this. But look, I love you. I'm finna get up out of here. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Stay safe. Please look up all this information, y'all. It's going down. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace.